Yes, Kasha, go on.
Good morning, one and all. Welcome to EMC. EMC is Empowering Morning Conversation. It helps you to be from the default mode to the aware mode to the creative mode. Default mode is, our judgments, our fixed points of view, and our limited scope about life. And being in creative mode gives us the power to create, to choose a life of ease, joy, and glory. And good morning, one and all. Thank you for joining us on the Sunday morning. And we're going to start with, the power of creation. You know, as our body doesn't know is that emotion is a true emotion or a false emotion. All that knows is a emotion. So this particular exercise gives us the power to create more happiness. And I just want to quote one of my favorite quotes from Tirukkural. It says, Idukkan Varangal Naguga Adananam Magadu Verila. It means when there is a challenge, laugh at it. And there's nothing greater than that. So, and there is a tool that it can help you. People finding it difficult to laugh, you can, chin up and, you can look at your roof and, we're going to laugh. And this is laughter exercise and we're going to create laugh. So help yourself by looking up at the roof and 1, 2, and 3. Thank you.
Thank you, Kasha, for a great start of the day. And let's get into the topic. So, like Sukdeep sir says, all of life comes to me with ease, joy, and glory. All of life comes to us with ease, joy, and glory. That's the Access Consciousness mantra we can all adopt. So, performance. How the performance is defined, this is the formula we are all familiar with. Performance, capital P, is equal to small p, which is potential. All of us have the potential as a human being, minus the interferences. So that is a killer. The interferences reduces our performance by removing from the potential. So what are the interferences? It is the circumstances, and more importantly, it's our own body, mind, and emotions. So circumstances we may not be able to control always, but our own body, mind, and emotions, we could, and we can, and that's what we are learning here. So within this body, mind, and emotions, which is the most important thing?
Mind.
Yes, mind. Because mind and body are very much interlinked, and emotion is nothing but mind plus the sensations in the body. So hence the mind plays a major role in our existence and our performance and our interferences, right? So now mind, what is mind? I know it's a very, very big question, very philosophical, and it can be debated forever. But what is that we understand about mind? Let's quickly hear from the people, and then we will move forward from there. What is that we can do with the mind?
The thoughts that we get.
Everything.
Yeah, Premji, did you say something? What is we are saying? What is mind?
Mind is working as you think, as you think,
Thinking.
soch, thinking, soch.
Okay. Okay.
First step is start the thinking.
Right.
Then second thought.
Right.
Third planning.
Right. So mind does all
Fourth,
those.
fourth progress.
Okay. Right. So yeah, yes, Ashok. Thank you, Premji.
Mind is a security or a safety device of our for our own, designed by the God, which tells us what is likely to happen when you see something, what is likely to happen if you do something, what is likely to happen when you act on it. It also gives us the our experiences of the past. So
Right.
mind is something like a siren. It is something like a siren or a light, which it is continuously rotating in 360 degrees, telling us about the future, telling us about the past, telling us about the sides, telling about the stories, everything. So
Right.
it's a 360 eye of the body and a mind and a brain and a intelligence and everything experience what you think.
Right.
It's
Yeah.
a security system. It's a security system.
Yeah. Security system for our survival as well as
Yes.
thrive. Yeah. It has both the functions.
Yes.
Yeah. Thank you. Very nicely put, Ashok. Yes, Shanti ma'am.
Good morning, everyone, and good morning, sir. The
Mm.
mind is collection of memories. It is our perception. It is a collection of our perception, the conditioning, and it's a collection of information. It need not be true or it need not be false also. According to our own perception and our own circumstances, the information is right, but it need not be a fact.
Right. Yeah. It's a collection of information. And also it is processed as and when required. Yeah. Thank you, Shanti. Anybody else would like to say what is mind as per your as per your mind, what is mind?
And according to the perception, information, and memories, it creates a world which is not the true world.
Yes. So we have our own view of the world based on what we have in our system. System meaning the whole body, mind, and emotions all together, and primarily the mind. Right. Yes, Sarishji.
Hi, good morning.
Welcome, Arishji. Yeah. Good
Hi,
morning.
good morning. I think as per my mind, the voice inside my head that talks to me is mind actually.
Sure. Yeah. Yeah. So that, like Ashokji said, it is a guiding post which really looks at 360 degree and it really prompts and talks and guides. Yes. Thank you. Yes, Guru Nandanji.
Okay, so for me, the mind is something which is a mixture of our emotions and our feelings, and which uh, give a lot of thoughts to various things, and it helps in even decision making, right? So obviously, the best I could resonate was with Ashokji on the 360 degree kind of a lighting post or a kind of a alarm system or siren system to various, but all the information which we gather from our senses and which gets converted into emotions and feelings and thoughts, which basically enable us to take decisions
Yes. Yes.
and choices.
Yeah. So Jinesh is saying mind is a further, thanks, Guru Nandanji. Jinesh is saying mind is a further system acquired by our upbringing, education, and other stimulus. It works over our instinct. Yes, of course. Yes, Kasha.
Mind is, it's a safety system, it's like a prevention system, it's created for a purpose. It's like a brake in a car. It's a protective system. But we need to have the accelerator, which is awareness. And, at times we need brake, but, if you want to be a champion, where you need to brake, you should not brake. Then you can become a champion, Uh, um, so
Yeah.
so it's the awareness is the ultimate tool, and from unaware, how we can move towards awareness. From my perspective, everyone is Buddha. It's just the realized Buddha or the unrealized Buddha.
Yep. Yeah. So yeah, very nicely put. That mind in itself is the brake as well as the accelerator, and actually also a clutch, and it can become a crutch as well.
True. True.
So yes, that's the amazing thing about mind. Yeah. Thanks, Kasha. Yes, Premji.
My thinking, only mind is different, human and animal. Human have a mind, animal have no mind. Only
Hmm.
difference.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. Thank you, Premji. Thank you, Kasha, and everyone. So yeah. So now we briefly looked at what is mind. Right. It may not be complete definition. We don't need to really get into the complete definition because we may never discover the full definition or function of mind as such. But knowing what we know now, is mind helping us or working for us or working against us? In our normal day-to-day default mode, is the mind helping us? Is it working for us or is it going against us and decreasing our overall potential? Yes, Guru Nandan.
Yeah, it all depends upon our thoughts, what kind of thoughts we bring to our mind. So, what kind of information we gather and what kind of thoughts we have, it is in our favor or our against, will depend upon our thoughts and choices we make.
Yes, it depends. It depends on so many factors. But in general, what is the situation? Is it helping us primarily, or it is distracting and creating problem for us primarily?
Depends on the situation.
Depends on the situation. Yes.
For me, it helps me.
Yeah, it helps. Definitely, it helps as well.
Yeah.
Otherwise, we cannot survive. Okay. Okay, so we also saw that in the P equal to P minus I, mind is one of the distractors, interferences. While it is helping, without that we cannot survive, we cannot do whatever we are doing now, but it can also assist us a lot more, and it also becomes an impediment. So while it is an accelerator, it is also acting as the brake as well as clutch, right? So how do we carefully, without accidents, use the mind, not stopping us, going in a sufficiently good speed, helping us to increase our performance, right?
Using
Yes, Asnaji.
Using common sense.
Can you speak up or not able to hear?
Using common sense.
Using?
Common sense.
Common sense. Common
Ah,
sense.
okay, right, right. Yeah, of course, of course. Common sense is not so common actually. So, yeah, that's right. Common sense really will be sufficient enough for us to live a great life and thrive. But unfortunately, we don't follow the common sense. Yes, that's right. Yes, Shanti.
Sir, is it that the mind is both an interferer and the potential mind
Yeah,
alone?
absolutely. Absolutely. It is both. You are right. You're absolutely right. You're on the dot. Yes, that's right. Okay. So what's going on in the mind? Okay. So before we get further into it, Kasha wants to do a small process. So Kasha, please go ahead.
Yeah. Before starting that, I just wanted to quote what Sir used to say. See, what we focus upon, it grows. If we focus upon our limitations grows. If we focus upon our possibilities, the possibilities grows. As Shantiji said, the power of mind, it has both. By default, majority of the people, they use it for limitation than for being in expansiveness. So this is a small exercise, and today is a beautiful day. It is a full moon day. And, so you can receive, there is a beautiful exercise, energy pulling. Energy pulling is to help to, from the universe to create the desire that we desire without any distraction, and to have more clarity towards our desire to create a life of ease, joy, and glory. Everything times of Godsalian that that doesn't allow us to create your desires, will you destroy and uncreate it, please? Yes. Right and wrong, good and bad, pot and pock, online shots, boys, poets, and beyonds. Keep your judgments and your barriers as low as possible, and keep receiving the energy. And just be thankful. Please close your eyes and be thankful to this, for this beautiful day, for this beautiful moment, to each and everyone in our life who has, contributed to our life by being with us, and, being not with us, and being even by, who's been for us and who's been against us. Everyone is a contributor. Love, be in the allowance, and be grateful to each and everyone in your life. Be grateful, and receive the wonderful energy, and be in gratefulness. Receive the wonderful energy of this universe and be grateful. Look at your breath. Look at your body, in each and every cell of your body. Energize it with gratitude and love. Look at your infiniteness. You're infinite beings here in this physical form. Just be grateful and receive this beautiful energy. Satoma Satgamaya Tamasoma Jyotirgamaya Mrityormamritam kamaya. Shanti Shanti Shanti. Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudakshate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevashishyate. Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari Om. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Kasha. Right. So coming back, so what's happening to the mind? So we broadly looked at what is mind and whether the mind helps us or it is working against us is what we looked at. And while it is obviously helping us, without that we cannot even live, it is not sufficient for us to realize our full potential. It is also acting as an interferer. So how it acts as interferer and what can we do about it? So what are all the things the mind does which makes it as the interferer? Right. So one great sage said that the mind, yes, Shantiji, I'll just say this and then I'll ask you. So there are 5 things which make the mind not so effective, which really becomes the interference to our overall growth and destination, our peacefulness, our enlightenment. So one is right knowledge, second is wrong knowledge, third is imagination, fourth is sleep, and fifth is memory. So these 5 things which constantly keeps on going in the mind keeps on processing these 5 things and gets stuck with these 5 things. That's the reason why the mind is not in its ultimate potential. These are the 5 things which create interferences: right knowledge, wrong knowledge, imagination, sleep, and memory. Right? So that's one great definition of what's happening in the mind, how it gets disturbed, and why it doesn't. Yeah, I said sleep, Jinesh. There are 5 things. One is right knowledge, wrong knowledge, imagination, sleep, memory. These are the 5 things. Okay, how sleep? Because when sleep happens, the mind is not able to work at all, right? Sleep is required. Nothing wrong in any of this. Each one has its own, all the 5, whatever I said, has its own function, but it also distracts, it also reduces the effectiveness of the mind. That's what I meant. So yeah, everything in balance, right? Sleep is required to get good rest and rejuvenate the whole system of body, mind, and emotion. But if it is increasing, then it is going to be a problem. It will become dull mind. When you are keep on sleeping, you're a sleepy guy, and your mind is not going to be effective. So that's how it is distracting. So that's why sleep is incorrect. Right. So yeah, Jinesh, you can also talk whenever you can. I see your messages, but you can also talk. Okay. So these are the 5 broad things which really distracts the mind and reduces the potential, and they act as the interferers of the mind. What are they? True knowledge, right knowledge, wrong knowledge, imagination, sleep, and memory. Right. So how do we go about handling the mind when these are the things, one we know, this five, you may come across something else. Either it may fall under these five categories, or it may be no, beyond that. But this is one way of defining how the mind gets distracted, how the mind's effectiveness goes down, and how the mind is not allowing us to realize our full potential. So are you able to relate to these things? What's your experience? And how do we overcome those difficulties?
Rama, can you please again say those true knowledge, false, wrong knowledge,
Right, yeah.
five
Right
of them,
knowledge,
or
yeah. Right knowledge, wrong knowledge, imagination,
may-
right knowledge, wrong knowledge, imagination, sleep, and memory. Yeah. Rashmi also asked to elaborate on that. Yeah, yes, Rashmi, go ahead.
No, I was just saying, elaborate what is, because I'm not able to relate to any of it.
Okay.
So I just wanted to
Okay,
understand.
so whatever I said, let it be one side. We will talk about it. So my question is, how the mind gets distracted, how the effectiveness of mind goes down, how it obstructs our potential and progress. So what's our own experience? Let's look at that. Then we will see how to map it or relate to it. I will explain each one of them. But before that, let's look at our own real life experience.
Negative thinking.
Thinking, yes.
Negative.
Yeah, Jinesh will come to that. Yeah, yes, negative thinking. One film. Yes, Reddy Garu.
Your strong belief.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, our beliefs. It could be right or wrong beliefs. Yes. Yes, Shanti.
Mind creates a view about our world with all the informations it has. It
Right.
presents in front of us a world
Right.
which is not the true world, but it collects all the information, memories, everything, belief, conditioning, everything from the mind, what is existing inside the mind.
Right.
With that, it creates a reality in front of us, which is not true.
Right. Yeah.
It is affecting our potential.
Because it can be the old memory, old knowledge.
Old knowledge.
It may not be relevant at this point in time. So memory, so Shantiji started with memory. While memory is helpful in many situations, it can also be a distractor, because the memory recollects the way it was in the past. But actually, currently, the whole situation is different. So because of that old memory, the way we perceive, the way we interact, the way we react or respond to the new situation can be different, and that may really reduce the effectiveness of mind. So is it, are you able to relate this, Rashmiji, that old memory obstructing our current performance? Yes. So that is one. The other one easily relatable is the imagination. So imagination is not reality. It is not our current reality. We are not talking about the true reality, which we don't know. Like somebody said, each one of us have our own view of the world. But even to have our own view, the imagination can distract the whole thing. It can, with the past memory, with the past experiences, with the negative and wrong knowledge, the memory can, the imagination can really take you into different places, right? So even though the situation is helping you, it is good for you, the imagination may really take you away. It may think the worst possible thing, right? So the imagination also we can see. that while the situation is something very conducive to us, but the imagination can take us away from that and not allow us to use the opportunity or the good performance. So that is easy to understand, right? Memory and imagination. Yes, Kasha. Kasha, you wanted to say something? Yeah.
Yeah. See, life is very dynamic. We need awareness. Mind is like a frozen thing. It's like a solid block. See, it could have been from our past experience or something that we heard about, or something could be from our imagination, could be anything. So the reality is very different from our perception. So if we are without any judgment and if we are in allowance, we have a greater possibility every day, every moment. Thank you.
Yes. Yeah. That's right. So now, while we will discuss about how these 5 things affect, that can be 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, all those things we'll talk about it. But irrespective of whatever is the interferer of the mind, what is the way out? Let's also think about it parallelly. Yes, Premji.
Mind is working the first anger mood and second peaceful mind. Without
Yeah.
mind, no topic in life in living.
Yes.
Mind so must daily I attend the EMC and try to peaceful and good life. So only mind is working, not full body.
Right. Thank you. Thank you, Prem.
Okay.
Yes, Shantini.
And sometimes the opposite is also happening. The situation may not be conducive, but the mind presents it to be very optimistic, and we get into some action and we get into trouble. And then we regret our mistakes. That
Yes.
is also happening.
Yeah. Yeah. Even though there is a clear warning and there is a possible negative outcome, the mind can just jump in and go and get into trouble. Yes, that's also possible. That's fine.
But the mind creates the reality. That is also true.
Yes.
When it is what is not there in the present, we can create. Human
Yes.
mind created, like
Yes. Your point of view creates a reality.
Mind creates the reality. First, it creates inside, then it just replicates the same on outside. Like
Yes.
if a scientist he find out a cure to a disease, first he confuse it in his mind. He creates that possibility in his mind. Then he tests it on the patient, and the result is shown.
Yeah.
That is also possible. It is both the interferer and as well as the creator. Mind
Absolutely.
acts in both ways.
Yeah. So the point is, how do we reduce the interference and make the creation more is the question we are discussing right now. Right. Out of that, I said there are 5 different things which really causes the interferences more. That is just a way of saying it. That is an abstraction. We can have our own categorization. It can be 10, it can be 1, it can be anything, any number. That's not the real point. The point is there are interferences. And how do we handle those interferences? How do we reduce those interferences and improve the performance of mind? That's the point of discussion. So wondering whether it is the 5 is right classification, how they are real interferences. There is a different part. We can talk about it at some point in time. But right now the focus is on knowing that there are some interferences, how do we overcome those interferences of mind? What's the way out? Reddy Garu, any idea? Yes, Ashok.
The mind has a very close friend, I, EYE,
Yeah,
the sight. We can say it analyzes, etc., but it has a very close friend, and mind believes in what we see by our eye.
yes,
So controlling our eyesight, controlling what we see, is the first one. So whenever we want to concentrate, first thing everybody tells us, close your eyes. Why? That is because the eye is the biggest interferer which puts in the information, and then the mind processes it and draws conclusion from it. So to stop that process, we close our eye, and eye is the biggest friend as well as the interferer for our concentration.
yes.
Thank you.
Yeah, very, very nicely put. By extension, all the five senses, your eyes, nose, mouth, ears, your skin, all the five senses are the input-output devices, which really collects the information, which gives to the mind, which is the processor. Yeah. So if you have control on the input-output, all the five senses, there is a good possibility of reducing the interferences in the mind. Thank you, Ashok. Yes, Kunanji.
A very good morning, Ramaji, and all.
Good morning.
What's coming to me, sir, once Deepak Malvai sir had mentioned this, where our focus goes, energy flows. So what's coming to me is that it's very important to have a complete clarity by using the mind and visualizing that where exactly I want to go in future, or what exactly my future self would be. So if we give instruction to our mind that this is what is my desire, and then we put our attention and energy into that by taking required action, moment by moment, in the planned fashion.
Absolutely. Yes.
Then, in my opinion, we can avoid the distraction, because
Yeah.
what sir says that mind can be either your monster or the master.
Yeah.
So we own our mind. So
Yeah.
with the intelligence, with the consciousness, with the awareness, if we give the instructions very clearly and take action, I believe up to a certain extent, we can avoid the distractions and all the interference.
Yeah. So mind has to be a master servant. We cannot make the mind itself master. Again, it will be a disaster. So yeah, mind can be a monster. It can be a master servant as well. Yeah. So like Kunanji said, it's basically the clarity, attention, focus, energy. So that improves our overall potential and performance and reduces the interference. Yes. Thank you, Kunanji. Yes, Shanti.
Mind is a bad master, but an excellent servant. It is told by Osho.
Right. Yeah.
And there is he also talks about dissolving your mind. You have the possibility to dissolve your mind. That is possible.
Yeah, that's the ultimate thing. Yeah. Yes. So what I was expecting, Reddy Garu, is your go-to aspect of awareness. Once we are aware what's going on in the mind, then there is a good possibility of reducing the interferences. So how do we bring awareness? like Ashok ji said, have awareness and control of your senses. Then, like Kunanji said, focus on what you really desire and put your attention there and get full clarity and work on that. So then the interference in the mind can be reduced or eliminated. So awareness is the key, clarity is the key, controlling the senses, having handle on the senses is the key to reduce the interferences of mind. And also, like Kunanji said, focusing on certain things. See, there are thousands of things coming in front of us. We don't need to necessarily give our attention to all of them, even though they grab our attention. And that is the job of all this social media and digital marketing and the traditional marketing people. They would like you to distract your attention and get into what they say and just spend your time on that. But you should have that focus and awareness that while those are all nice to see, once in a while I see, but my focus, my interest is on what I want, what I desire, right? So that discernment of the mind, that awareness of the mind is very, very critical. That's the starting point. And then control the senses. Yes, Reddy Garu.
Yes, good morning.
Good morning.
I am about to tell that, but you only referred it with my name. Thank you.
So mind also, one is, we talked about the awareness, clarity, and focus and attention. So it's also how much attention you can put in and how long and on what. So it depends on all those three things. On what you put your attention, for how long you put attention into it, that gives you the booster performance. So how do we train our mind to be aware, to discern, to get clarity, and to focus and be attentive and move forward? That's what makes our performance more and reduces the interferences. So there are many things which can help. One is the awareness of what's all about mind and the things happening around the world. And second is on the focus and attention and energy, which we are all working on this EMC, right? Repeatedly, that's what we are working on this. And also many other things can help. One is the meditation, right? So that is actually advanced. Meditation is very advanced, but we can use that. All of them we can use parallelly. The other one is your posture, your physical, mental, and emotional posture. So how do you sit? How do you think? How do you approach emotionally to something? That also matters. So the posture, not only you are sitting, the way you are carrying yourself, it has to be vertical. So that's the point of that gives you a lot of energy, that gives you a lot of attention. So one is your physical posture, your mental posture, right? Mental posture is nothing but your points of views, right? And then emotional posture. So how do you approach it? Whether you are approaching it in a negative way or a positive way. So that's positive way is the right posture. Going in a grateful, in a gratitude way is the right posture of emotional posture, right? So your postures help, your awareness helps, your meditation helps in reducing the interference of mind and increasing your performance. Yes, Kunal.
It's very profound. I remember once Shakti ji had mentioned, I think sir also, that we are basically machine making machines, meanings making machines. So we keep on making meanings.
Yes.
So if you can elaborate a bit or relate with this, how can we improve how can we improve creating better meanings?
Yeah. Yeah. So as you said, we are all meaning-making machines, and it has the flexibility. It can make any meaning, and by default, in default mode, it goes into negative meaning based on our past experiences, memories, our imaginations, our points of views, our frozen points of views. By default, it creates a negative meaning out of everything. So if we can be aware and change our posture of physical, mental, and emotional, and change our points of view for the positive point of view to the point of positive points of views, bring that up, then the meaning we can give for every situation can be completely different. And it may be, sometimes it may not work out, but still we make the positive meaning out of it. It helps us and it helps others also. So it is ultimately your points of views, your awareness, your focus, and the big thing is the judgments, right? So if you can remove the judgments about the situation and make the meaning, preferably the positive meaning, then there is a great possibility for us to really grow and demonstrate excellent performance. So that's what I would say, Vinay. Right. So anybody else? Anything else? Yes, Kasha.
They say there are, in communication, there are different levels. One, we make a sound, and that sound, how the other person perceives, we never know. And with those sound and with energy, the reach is little better. And there is something beyond all this, is silence. In silence, there is no language spoken. We all unite in one language, and whatever needs to be transferred gets transferred. So that's the ultimate creator mode. And with the tools and everything, we are through EMC and through our journey, we are trying to reach that. Likewise, if we look at the mind also in the same perspective, mind is trying to tell us something, we are trying to understand something in our own perception, rather than what it is really trying to tell as well at times. And for that, there's a lot of tools, from Access is there, where, are we feeling lighter about it, or are we feeling heavier about it? It's a beautiful tool, for us to use it and, to help, it helps us to be better. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Kasha. So silence is the language of universe. Everything else is bad translations. Yes, Reddy Garu.
Sir, why people say that it's a monkey mind? Why it is related to monkey only?
Because the mind doesn't stay put, stay calm for a long time. It keeps jumping into all this various things. Like I said, those 5 different modifications of mind. It just keeps jumping around these things. It doesn't stay with one thing for long, particularly with the right, right point of view, full attention. It doesn't stay too long. So that's the nature of mind. Keeps shifting, keep jumping. So monkey also like that. Monkey keeps moving around, jumping. It doesn't stay at one place. Hence, monkey mind. And today is full moon day. Moon is related to mind normally. So it's appropriate that we talk about mind today. Yeah, like Jinesh not only says the way he puts it. So there is a connection he was saying, lunar and lunatic. Fine. So anybody else? How mind is the interferer? How do we control it? How do we remove those interferences? And how do we improve our overall performance? That's the topic we have been discussing. So any other points which comes up or anything else you would like to say? Yes, Panay.
What is coming to me to add on to this? It's very important to have the moral values or steadfastness or the awareness of those values. If not, maybe we will assume something, or mind will assume something good, which might not be the right way.
Absolutely. You are on the dot, Panayji. On the dot. So one has to have that clarity of what are the right things to do and what are the things to avoid, even before we get started with the awareness, focus, and attention, meditation, all those things, right posture, even before all those things, the first and foremost thing is what not to do. And then what we should do always. We should not compromise on certain principles or certain values. And then comes the right posture. And then comes the focus and attention. That's the right order. Yes, Kunanji, that's absolutely right. So many times people don't even bother about those basic fundamentals of what to avoid, right? So hurting others or hurting yourself never is going to be a right thing to do, right? That has to be there, the fundamental thing. Okay, not hurting yourself and others is the basic principle. Without following that, whatever else you do, it is not going to help you. So like that, there are certain fundamental principles and the values which we need to follow. And there are certain things which we should avoid. Not stealing, taking somebody else's things is not going to help you. With that attitude, whatever else you do, it is of no use. You rightly put it, Kanji, yes. So if you're all okay, we can do a small meditation, and before we close it, it may take 10 minutes. Is that okay?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, right. So let's do a quick meditation. So sit straight. I sit straight, I adjust my seat, hold my legs if possible, otherwise sit in the chair straight. The feet on the ground if you are sitting on the chair. The spine erect. Your eyes should be vertical to your body. Your body is straight and your eyes horizontal to that, sorry, the perpendicular to that. Observe your breathing. Breathing in and breathing out. If you can, follow the path of the breath which is going in. Sense the air which goes in your nose and possible trace inside where it goes up to the stomach. And again, see whether it's coming out. And isn't it the wonder that the oxygen goes inside and what comes out is carbon primarily. It's an alchemy. It's a wonder within just a second. The oxygen is converted into carbon and it comes out and it is not mixing up. So this body and mind is not created by me. And the breathing apparatus from the nose, the whole windpipe which goes down and the air which goes in and comes out. So the breathing apparatus, I have not created. The air which is being breathed, I have not created. Is it appropriate to say that I'm breathing? Really, I don't have control on breathing. It's breathed. So I can say that my system is breathed by the mysterious forces. The mysterious forces created this body, created the air, created the breathing apparatus, without which this human system cannot be alive. It's a great realization once I see that I'm only just a caretaker of this system, this human system. I have not created, I don't own it. It's only that I am put as a person inside to take care of the system and do the best possible in the world to handle with care, help my own system and help others as well. Now slowly focus on your top of head. Your head is actually connected to the universe, the mysterious forces in the universe. Put your attention there. Put your attention on the back of your head. And see the energy flowing from the top of head to the back of head, to the neck, back of the neck, to upper back, to middle back, and lower back. Your buttocks and the anal and the sexual organs, the pelvis, solar plexus around the navel, the stomach, your heart region, your chest, the throat, the face, in between the eyes, top of the head again, top of the head, see the energy flowing, top of the head, back of the head, back of the neck, upper back, middle back, the whole spine, lower back, buttocks, your sexual organs, pelvis, solar plexus, navel area, stomach, chest, heart region, throat, in between your eyes, and top of the head again. So do this 1 or 2 more times on your own. Sense the energy flowing in all these spots, starting from top of the head, going back all over down, and then coming up. This is the organic energy which is circulating in my system. It is the same mysterious energy which is there in the universe. And all of us are connected with this energy. Sometimes we can feel, sometimes we may not, but the energy is there always. After completing one more cycle of the energy flow across the body, the way in which I told the sequence. After completing the cycle, take 7 deep breaths, 7 deep breaths, and then open. Slowly open your eyes. Today being Sunday, we will extend 5 more minutes. So if anybody would like to share your experience, you can share. Then we will close it at 8:15 India time.
Now there's some new journeys, and as we all know, there's a process of people who land up here. They don't come up by chance or by any reason or for any season. So the new people, we should make a parampara for them to come to explain here how they landed over here.
Yes,
and
of
what
course.
they felt here, what
Of
has
course,
the
yeah,
experience
yeah.
here.
Yeah, we'll do that. So Kunanji, we can welcome the newcomers, Harish Chawla and Deepthi. And we can understand that. So just before that, if anybody would like to share your experience of this meditation or anything, we'll into the comment. Yes, Kash.
Yeah, it was very powerful, and you know, it was very expansive. Thank you.
Thank you. Yes, Rashmi.
The meditation was very profound. The sense of connection just through breath or through that energy that flows in each and every person or around the universe. I think that is also a very, very profound experience. So thank you for that.
Thank you. Thank you. It's all our EMC, the gathering. It's all of us. Yes, Pananji, please go ahead. Welcome. And of course, if you want to share anything, I saw you really in deep trance.
Yes, sir. It was very profound and I enjoyed it. So thank you so much for a great session today. And as we all know, the regular member, why we do come every morning and what exactly we do. But for the newcomers, so let me, on behalf of Sukhdeepak Malwai, welcome you all to this August gathering. And for that, would you like to share the slide if you give me the access quickly, Ramaji?
I'm not sure whether that slide has the purpose of.
I have with me, I can explain.
No, you can just talk about it, Pananji.
Okay. So what exactly we do here in this empowering morning conversation with Sukhdeepak Malwai, and you must be knowing that Mr. Malwai is in this life journey of his mission is basically to transform human beings, and he is into this business or profession, or the mission is since last 35 plus years. He has traveled more than 17 different countries. So he is basically the, I must say that, transformers of human beings. And with his experience and with his knowledge, with his wisdom and with his all the experiences, what he has accumulated in his life journey, every morning we inculcate certain practices through him, and the most important one which he reminds us every morning is that we all as a human being are always in a state which he says that it is your survival state or default state, where most of us are reacting, resisting, blaming, or finding the reasons somewhere else because of our problems in case we are going through some challenges. So he says that you have the power to shift from that survival mode to the create mode, because we all are magnificent, wonderful, extraordinary human beings with infinite potential. And then every morning he takes us through different tools, techniques, and let us know that how can we shift from that default mode of blaming, complaining, to the create mode, where we can know the real self of the infinite potential. And this morning, Mr. Rama was taking us through the interferers which are coming in between to realize our potentials. And we practice every day. And the second important thing what Sukhdeepak Malwai has taught us, which we remind us every morning, is that we have the power to dissipate all that negativity, because wherever we live in a society, in the circumstances whatsoever we do face, majority are in the negative mindset, thinking that something wrong will happen or something wrong is there. Yes, there could be certain elements, but we, with all the tools from Sukhdeepak Malwai, we dissipate those negativity and we create positivity. And the third important things what we practice every morning is, which is very important, is to seek the possibilities. And we are trying to become the possibility seeker every moment. Yes, situations are difficult, negativity would be there, challenges would be there, but what else is possible in that moment? What new thing I can create? And last but not the least, he also gives us tool to enhance our attention and the focus, as well as the energy. So with the clear attention, with the focus, utilizing our energy, dissipating negativity, finding possibilities, and creating something new whatsoever we desire. So in short, this is what we practice every morning. So Sukhdeepak Malwai, he takes us through different tools, different techniques. And whenever he's not there, Mr. Rama is there, sometimes someone else. So we ensure that every morning we be here and habitually, or we create our mind to be habituated to think in a manner to seek all these possibilities and be in the create mode all the time. And that's the beauty of life. And the mantra what he gives is that all of life comes to us with ease, joy, and glory. And just imagine if we have that mind state, and if we live our life where everything is coming with ease, we have the joy and we have the glory. That's what we all desire. But for that, we have to be open-minded. And whatsoever we learn, we have to practice, implement in our life. So that's what, in short, to all the newcomers, welcome on board. Please do join us every morning. And this journey will be definitely wonderful, because I am with Sukhdeepak sir since last almost 650 plus sessions every morning. Similarly, Ramaji, Reddy sir, and many others. And we are enjoying this journey. We are improving a bit by bit, but yes, we are improving. So thank you so much. Back to you, Rama sir.
Thank you, Kunanji. Very well put. And like Kunanji said, we are learning tools, techniques, and many other things. It is not only just learning theoretically, it is more importantly implementing it. And it is not only implementing it, sharing our experiences, learning from each other further on that. So learning from theoretical knowledge is one thing, learning from the practical experiences is another thing. So that's what we do, both we do it here. So it's great to welcome you again, Harish and Deepthi. So we hope that you are going to be part of our community, and we would like to really learn from each other. Yeah,
Can you listen from them?
Yeah. Please say a few words from Deepthi and Harish.
Hi, everybody. Good morning.
Good morning.
I am really enjoying and imbibing the inputs we are getting here, and it is really meaningful, and it is really working on me. I had joined from yesterday, and before a month, my father is not well. He is hospitalized, and I was out of town. So things are stopped for me for a while, and I'm in different mind status. So it is really working for me. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Welcome and be part of the group. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yes, Harish.
Thank you so much, Rama sir. I really would like to thank Jinesh ji for inviting me to this. To start your day with a communication like this, I don't think that it can get better than this, right? And to be with a group like this definitely evolves you, because like we all know, there is a saying that a person becomes an average of the people he sits around with. So if early in the morning, I'm sitting with a group of people like this and discussing over a topic which is this, I think the life ahead definitely has to be wonderful. Thank you.
Absolutely. Thank you, Harish. Thank you, Deepti. So with that, Jinesh, do you want to say anything before we close? And of course, some shairis from Kunanji and others. Then we'll close. Where is Dinesh? Yeah, he left. Okay, Kunanji, shall we go with some queries?
Yeah, Rama sir, thank you. So let the new friends also know that we do have a tradition. Somehow Sukhdeepak sir has. So we end the session either with some Trikural or some Shairi or some poetry. So in case you guys also have some poem or anything, Kavita, you can share. So that's how we end. So today, Shairi Janab अर्ज गया है कि धूप में निकलो, घटाओं में नहा कर देखो. It's in Urdu and mix of Hindi. धूप में निकलो, घटाओं में नहा कर देखो, जिंदगी क्या है, जिंदगी क्या है, किताबों को हटा कर देखो. जिंदगी क्या है, किताबों को हटा कर देखो. So let me request Jinesh to translate if he can.
I think Jinesh is not there.
He has left.
Yeah.
So let
Maybe
me.
Venkatesh ji, yeah.
Venkatesh ji will
Yeah. Just walk in the sunlight and bathe in the clouds and come out of the books to learn the meaning of life.
Yeah.
That's what simple translation. Just come out of the books and enjoy nature and you will learn more about life.
Yeah.
Great.
Thank you, sir. And this reminds me, Ramaji, Sukhdeepak Malvi sir always says that life is nothing but the collection of experiences. And every experience provides an opportunity to become a better version of yourself.
Yes.
Experience the experience and
Right.
learn from it and evolve yourself in the best individual.
Absolutely.
So thank you so much, sir. Back to you.
Thank you. Thank you. And today, being Sunday, we extended the session, but it's really great. Thank you all for great participation. And we will again meet tomorrow, 7 o'clock India time, 7 o'clock in the morning, India time. Bye bye. Take care. All the best.